Welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. We're doing this at BD Riley's. Liverpool just beat Spurs 4-3 in an absolutely mental game. I'm here today with Mike Harrell, John Rankin-Smith, and we're going to talk a little bit about the game, which I thought, to kick us off, I thought first 20 minutes we were really good. It looked like it was going to be a landslide, and we were going to get up into the 5, 6, 7s.
I was screaming 7-0.
It didn't happen. You were screaming 7-0. Yeah. But it didn't happen. Yeah. We took our foot off the pedal. We let Spurs back into the game, and from there it really became a struggle for the rest of the match. How did you feel about that first 20 minutes before? It was Man United 7-0 all over again. It was Bournemouth 9-0 all over again. I don't know why they took their foot off the pedal. They had no reason to. But they figured 3-0, we're good. And, Spurs have some good players, and those players showed their quality a little bit, I think. So, because it was such a good start, and I thought Gakpo was involved in all 3 goals. I thought he started really well, but it was you just felt it. You thought, okay, this is going to be another really good performance, right?
Yeah, it's a shame.
We don't want to let them back into the game, and then we did.
It's a shame that Gakpo didn't score, because I thought he was going to be the next one to score and make it 4-0. Yeah. But it just didn't happen, and they just fell asleep. What do you
think about that first 20 minutes with how well we started?
We were really looking invincible. Like you said, the Man United game came to mind for a minute. But I always know against Spurs, their counter can be so deadly. It seems like especially just against us more than everyone else. And that's probably giving them less credit than they deserve, I guess. Kane and Son are always a threat. But we got past that time, and it seems like foot off the pedal, to use the cliche. Really, it's like we just kind of thought we were going to coast through the rest of the first half, and got a little wake-up call before halftime.
We never woke up.
Yeah,
we never woke up until Diego Jota decided, hey, thanks, Lucas Moura.
Thanks,
I'll take this gift and deposit it where it needs to go.
Yes, exactly.
So I have to say, I have never seen so many Spursy moments in one game, ever. Like there were 17 Spurs moments in that game, and really that game should have been 12-0. As many times as they cocked everything up.
Well, there's a lot of Liverpool-y moments in that game as well. It kind of
absolutely
sums up a lot of this season, where we look so good at times, especially going forward. And we saw, I think, the benefits going forward of this trend position, but we also saw the negatives as well. That if a team can figure you out,
right,
there's a lot of gaps on that side, and we saw that starting to happen.
Yeah,
where Kanate, a lot of the time, we had a very good game, by the way, but he was up against.
But there were moments. There were moments where it was like, what are you doing? Yeah. So yeah.
But it was a mad first half, and then going into the second half, the game became a little bit tetchy.
It was flat. It was very flat. So they held possession, but they just kind of kicked it around for a long time, and then Spurs decided to just go for it, and that's when you saw the Son goal.
We lost even more edge. It seemed like you came out thinking we're going to come out with some fire, and it just seems like we went somehow even flatter.
Yeah.
Like we were ready for the season to start over.
I agree.
Which I can sort of understand.
It kind of felt like we were on the beach.
Yes.
For the last for the first 30 minutes of the second half.
It was an odd second half. We definitely didn't start great.
No.
We let Spurs back into the game. And it became very niggly as well. Yeah. And I think a part of that came from in the first half, the tackle by Skip,
who should have never been
Diaz
on the pitch for the second half at all, to get kicked in the head by Jota. He should have been sent off.
That's one of the half things, right? Isn't it? I mean, everyone's calling for VAR, but because the referee didn't give anything.
How can you not even look at that? He stepped on his foot, blatantly. I don't know. VAR is terrible in England. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem to
It's
work.
still confusing for.
It's still being used to protect the refs instead, and give credibility to their already made call
Yeah.
instead of looking at it
Yeah.
like it actually happened.
Well,
Yeah, he wasn't great, Tierney. Again, he never is great
I-
normally. Like the
I can't-
Salah in the second half, right, when he gave a free kick against Salah, he's over on the right-hand side, and it's actually the Spurs player is like holding him,
Salah
pulling
never
him back.
fouls in the entire thing. He gets manhandled, and
Yeah,
he had his shirt pulled, but yeah, I understand that he got hit in the mouth and he bled a little bit, but he still pulled his shirt before that happened, so it should have been a foul there. But he never gets that call.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, second half, and we let Spurs back into the game, and then of course it goes on, and then that horrible man, Richarlison, scores that goal, takes his shirt off, almost jumps on the steward to celebrate with the fans. And then he's doing the whole wine, and he's like doing all this kind of stuff.
the faces he makes rival Harry Maguire when Harry Maguire's in terror.
It was,
Oh, I can't stand
and
him.
it was sweet, right?
I
'Cause
can't
less
stand
than a
him.
minute later,
Yeah.
you know, we go up the other-
Like I said, Lucas Moura decided, hey, I'm feeling generous. Hey, Diogo, do your thing.
And
Here
thank
you go.
God that fell to Jota, because that
Yeah.
was
It's beautiful.
any player right
Anybody
now.
else right now, because Jota's the most informed goal scorer on this squad right
Because
now.
he's alert. I mean,
Yeah.
why he's so good at, and he's such a clinical striker is he's aware. His awareness is fantastic, and he was running, and he was ready for if somebody made a mistake, and he was in there, and there's a wonderful finish.
You said that he has the Robbie Fowler instincts
He's
in him.
got
He
a
knows
little bit of that,
where the
but
ball's going to be.
I mean, he's nowhere in.
Right.
He's nowhere close to Robbie Fowler's league,
Right.
but he
No,
has
no.
those same kind
But
of
he has those instincts, right.
He has those
Yeah.
instincts. He's also really good in the air, and Fowler was pretty good in the air as well.
He thinks he's thinking 3 plays ahead.
But if I was for any player on the pitch at the moment, then Jota would be the one I would want that to fall to.
Exactly.
He took it
Yeah.
fantastically well. And then when the camera went to Richarlison, his face.
His stupid face.
That was
Sorry. His stupid face.
That was good. And then Klopp's reaction.
He pulled his hamstring.
And he pulled his
He pulled his
hamstring,
hamstring
which-
celebrating. Like, that is the most, like,
I wasn't sure if
painful, wonderful thing I've
I
seen.
wasn't sure at first if he was mocking someone, and then I realized no, I think he did somehow.
Well, he ran up to the fourth official.
Yeah.
You know, and had a little
I
bit
saw
of words,
that, and I
right?
looked away for a second, and I looked back up, and he was
Yeah.
hobbling at it. Wow.
Well, we got to keep the treatment room, the physios, the doctors busy because we have a pretty
they don't have
pretty
enough-
fit
I think
squad.
we have the busiest. I think we have the busiest physios in the league. Really.
Yeah, we-
I mean,
so-
come on. They
Well,
earn their
in
money.
fairness, the job's pretty steady and
Yeah.
doesn't change.
Exactly.
No
Exactly.
one seems to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant. Another 3 points. But I want to talk about Diaz, who's obviously been out for a long time. He's made a few appearances from the bench. This was his first start since that injury earlier in the season. How do you think Diaz did?
I think he came on to look like a spark, and the best thing for me, period, of it is that he scored almost immediately.
Yeah.
Which has to really be a boost to it because it has to sit there. He's been sitting there watching, and that has to hurt. And he's right back in the mix, and I know that has to be good for his esteem, and I think that will pay off in spades going forward.
Yeah. I mean, I said when Jota came back, it took a few games for him to score a goal. As soon as he scored that goal, like he just lit up. And I think the same thing is going to happen with Diaz. Like I think he's now going to start putting the ball in the back of the net. I'm still baffled at the first goal. What were they doing with Curtis Jones? Like he was just all by himself. Like there, nobody around him.
Like they thought
I
he
could have
was
scored that
there.
goal, and I've kicked a soccer ball like once in my life. So maybe twice.
But what brilliant like that, going over them goals, like brilliant pass by Trent.
Yeah.
Outstanding pass and great. I mean, it's good to see Curtis Jones, who's now started a number of games in a row.
Was he at 5 in a row now? He started 4 or 5 in a
1, 2,
row.
3, 4, 5, maybe 6.
Maybe 6,
Oh, I'm trying to think. It's been and he's done well.
He's
done
done-
all right.
he's
I think
done-
he's
yeah.
proving
Yeah.
himself. I don't know whether he is the quality of someone that you would want in your team
Right.
consistently. I
Right.
think he's still a young player. He's a good option to have.
Right.
And he's done all right. He's done
Right.
well. took the goal brilliantly.
Yeah.
Like in the same way Diaz, getting back to Diaz, brilliant finish for that goal.
Yeah.
Love that. And I thought Diaz did all right, considering he's been out so long. He definitely struggled.
Yeah, it was very lively in the first half.
The game went on.
He ran.
The rest of the team did. Right?
I was very happy to see Salah get the pen, like put it in the back of the net.
Missed that
I did too, because it looked like he hit it over the crossbar. But no, he put it in the back of the net, which I felt like he needed more. I mean, he's still scoring goals, but his pens have been not great lately, so he needed that.
Not so great, that he's missed a couple. But it was. So, glad he scored. Harvey Elliott, what are your thoughts on Elliott today?
I thought he looked great early, and I can't think of anything at any point where I was disappointed in what I was seeing. I didn't think he had any moments that blew me away like normally. He always has 2 or 3 moments that kind of dazzle me, and I don't really remember seeing that today, but I also, it just seemed like a solid performance, I guess.
Consistent,
yeah.
Yeah, there was a consistency to his performance today, much like there's been a consistency to his performance all season. Like, there's a reason why he's played in every game but 2?
Yeah, he never hurt you being in.
No.
Well, he's missed the last few, hasn't he?
Last few, yeah.
He had his birthday,
but
and he hasn't played or been seen since. And I thought he did okay. He did all right. I thought he struggled at times to get involved in the game. And I think the substitution was made at the right time.
Yes.
But, I mean, he's young.
Yeah.
I mean, in this formation, it's a little bit different.
He's played a lot of football for somebody his age this year. A ton,
You could argue he's played too much.
Too much,
I think, for someone his age. And I think it was good. It was a good move to take him out of the team for a while.
Yeah.
Give the opportunity to Jones, who's done really well.
Yep.
But, I mean, he's going to be a brilliant player in the future.
Yeah, he is.
So, man of the match. Kind of a difficult one, this one. I've been thinking about it. I haven't seen the official man of the match because we're doing this right after the game. But
can I say Paul Tierney?
You can say whoever you want, Mike.
No, it's not Paul Tierney. It's not Paul Tierney. It's not Paul Tierney.
He was shocking.
Paul Tierney should never be allowed to referee a Premier League game again.
You know, we have all these substitutions for teams. Maybe we should look at having substitutions for referees.
Absolutely.
You know, if someone's not reffing, well, let's bring him off.
As long as one of the subs is...
Let's make a sub. I don't know who makes that decision.
As long as one of the subs isn't Howard Webb. So...
Yeah. So, man of the match, who are you thinking?
Let me think about that. I'll let you guys think about it for a second.
Sure, man of the match.
Gosh, I think Gakpo looked special to me for a while there. Ooh, it is a very tough one today. I'm going to give it to Jota, though, just for coming on and being the man at the moment. I know that's obvious, but my gosh. He amazes me in how he really wasn't banging a man at Wolves before he came here, and yet Klopp's eye sees him, and he just always seems to fit in, and especially at the times we need him. That's what I'll go with.
All right, that's fair.
This is
Mike,
the first
major decision.
This is the first match where there hasn't been a clear-cut man of the match that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I might have to give it to Gakpo, just for his movement and in the first 15 minutes. I mean, I know 15 minutes is a small sample size of what happened in this game, but really it was a large sample size of the overall result, and he did a lot in those first 15 minutes. I think I said this earlier, I think he's going to fill the Firmino role very well. I did not, when they got him, I was like, what are they going to do with him? You know, they've got this. They now have 6 attackers, and I know Firmino was going to leave. So next season, you know, they'll be down an attacker. But he has really shown what he can bring to the table. And those first 15 minutes, he was unplayable.
It's hard to disagree with you both, right? I mean, back to you. Yeah, Jota comes on, scores a winning goal. When it's so tough to pick a man of the match, then you probably want to give it to someone that gets you the winning goal.
Yeah.
Regarding Gakpo, he was brilliant in the first half, or should I say, the first 20-odd minutes.
Right.
And he was involved in all the 3 goals, so yeah, can't disagree with that. It is a hard call because I thought
it really is.
We players that did all right. It wasn't like an amazing performance because we let them into the game. I thought Kanate was very good.
Very
Canate is an exceptional defender. I thought he was great.
Yeah. Virgil did okay, except on the first
little
goal
slip.
when he slipped. Yeah.
It's
Everybody seemed to be a 6 out of 10 today.
I'm going to
Like
give it
just above average, and just enough to get it over the line. I mean, it did help that Lucas Moura had a brilliant assist, like I said before. But I don't know.
I'll
I don't
go
know,
with
it's a tough call.
I'll probably go with Curtis Jones. I thought because overall performance, and while he wasn't, I mean, he scored the goal, which was brilliant, and he wasn't like overly flash, but his work rate I thought was really good today at times, and that's something he's maybe struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
He tends to be a little bit slow off the ball, and he needs a little bit of space to be able to perform. But I thought overall. And it's picking here, right? It's very hard, because but I would go with Curtis Jones just because I've been very impressed with him. So.
You have to give him credit on that first goal because he recognized nobody's marking me right now. So I mean, Trent had a brilliant ball to him, but really it was just like, oh, this is going to be a simple tap in, and it was. I don't know what Spurs were thinking on that play, but I'll take it all day, every day. Oh yeah.
It was a tough match, but great result, which is all that matters, right?
I always love playing Spurs because it's always entertaining. Always entertaining.
It was, I didn't want it to be as entertaining as that. I would rather it be a lot easier. But
7-0 would have been a lot more fun.
It would. 2-0 would have been a lot more fun,
That's
honestly.
true.
But it's a win. A win is fantastic. It keeps up the minimal, slim hopes of a Champions League. After the results, Man United, of course, won today. Newcastle won. The hope is getting smaller and smaller, but we can only do what we can do. And if it means Europa League, that's fine. I mean, that's another avenue to the Champions League, right?
For me, there'll be 15 teams wishing they were in the Europa League, if that's where
Exactly. And 3 of them will wish they were still in the Premier League next year.
That's right.
And hopefully Everton is one of them.
Most important question, because if you don't know, John and Mike are massive music fans.
Yes.
Like a wealth of knowledge. So, important question, what's your favourite album that you've heard this year?
Ooh.
There you go. That'll get you thinking.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Okay. Thinking going. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we may have to have an edit.
I just bought the new Sword album.
Sword.
Sword is good. Yeah.
Local band from Austin.
Local stoner metal band from Austin. Oh man, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one. So you're liking the Sword?
I like the Sword.
It's good.
Yeah.
I am absolutely stumped to this question is. I listen to a lot of. Sometimes I discover stuff that's already old, even. So,
which is a fair answer as well.
Yeah,
your favorite album year could be something that was released in like
my
1972 and you'd never heard it before.
Right. I'd say my favorite album of the year is by the Features, who are from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and it was recorded in 1999, but was just released 3 or 4, maybe more than that, but this year. And it's a fantastic album. It's called the Mahaffey Sessions.
Mahaffey Sessions?
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
It's absolutely excellent. I think you'd like it. Just give it a listen, but I know it's on Bandcamp. So.
Nice.
I am still struggling with this one.
Right.
I really am.
Hard question.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's especially hard now. If this was 1994, it'd be like a tough choice because there were so many great albums. Now it's like.
And see, I thought you were going to ask.
Everything's my good.
I thought you were going to ask me who my favorite band from Liverpool was.
Well, I will.
And it's
What's your
Carcass.
favorite band from
It's
Liverpool?
Carcass. It's Carcass. Yes.
That's your favorite band.
Favorite band from Liverpool. Yep.
From Liverpool.
Even that little, what are they, the bugs or whatever?
Yeah, the Fab, ice cream.
Something like that,
The Carcass.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, Carcass, yeah.
Good. So I would say mine, it's probably the most surprising, it's probably the new Metallica album. Because Metallica have been...
That's a good shout. That EP they put out, 72
years.
seasons, that EP they put out is phenomenal.
And then the
it
album,
really
the
is.
full album came out a couple of weeks ago. And it's genuinely really good.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a good one.
Give it a listen. It's good. So
I give everything a listen.
Everything?
Yeah, you should.
Pretty much.
Really much?
Yeah. The EP 72 Seasons is really good. I haven't listened to the full album yet. I need to do that, but yeah.
All right, we will wrap this up.
All right.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Make sure you
It's a pleasure.
subscribe. Make sure you like. All of that good stuff. Thank you again to BD Riley's for the drinks and having us here. But
Cheers.
Liverpool 4, Tottenham 3, a win.
Result.
Is
A win is a
always
win
good.
is a win.
Result.
Yes.
Cheers.
A win is a win is a win. Up the Reds.